don't waste some of your big spells on him. Like, let's say he just dies to a spear arrow combo, and then you get to
Dire team
Coliseum him when he
ban.
comes back. Then
Radiant
that hero has
team
a
ban.
lot of internal issues if he doesn't get a lot out of the lanes. And picking it versus PentaAce, no less. So here's hoping
Dire
they can get
team
something
ban.
out of their lanes, because that's going to be Z Freak Mirana right
Radiant
there.
team ban.
I'm personally always excited for a Mars. Mars isn't first phase banned usually for a lot in this region. I saw its second phase ban I think one game today and then ignored all throughout the rest of the day. But I believe that PentaAce have been practicing their
10 seconds
Mars
remaining.
lineups because I've been seeing a lot of their pub games just
5 seconds remaining.
off the side of the screen more or less, and I think I'm excited to see what their draft lineup will be lining up with a Mars Marana
Well,
opener.
and we usually see it's not that it's a slept on pick. It's just always an option that might have better solutions.
Hmm.
But we already see that like they're just taking out every
Dire
single
team
offlaner.
ban.
Pentace don't want to play
Dire
versus any
team
of it.
pick.
They don't want to give Monster any of his comfort heroes.
Radiant
But
team pick.
see if they pick it here. I was gonna say one hero that is through is the Pango. A hero that we kind of seldomly see, but is always respected. A lot of these cases where curl up is just it's just a dumb spell. I don't know how curl up is in the game, to be honest. It fixes that hero's one
10
problem in that
seconds
if you
remaining.
miss, you're kind of useless afterwards. It's like the saving grace of the hero
5
almost.
seconds remaining.
I mean, it's very safe and easy to say that it is like the cheat for the hero. But the thing is that there's first and foremost, there's no big patch that's happened yet. A lot of people were either expecting it to happen right when all the season is done, which to be fair, CN is still going, or right after, right before the major, or right after the major, which is the very common one. After the major seems more,
Seems more likely. We
yeah,
might get some more small changes, I could imagine, before Singapore, but you never know. I mean, he hasn't touched the game in almost what 3 weeks, I want to say, and even that patch was quite small. But Witch Doctor again, we love our Witch Doctor.
I
Wins our
mean,
lanes, you know.
we saw it go absolutely crazy in our first game of the day, and like I severely underestimated like the
Dire
potential
team
damage
pick.
that could come from just throwing a casket out. And it looks like Penta Ace are building a offlane draft here. We've got the
I
it could be
don't
mid
know how I feel
Mars.
about the tide. It could be mid Mars. It could be
Oh, the old fashioned safe lane Mars too.
10 seconds
yeah.
remaining.
I I wonder what they're doing actually because I feel like with the
5
Mars Mirana they
seconds
had a lot of
remaining.
that kill threat, a lot of that
For Mars.
or or Mars. I don't know. Thing is,
There's a lot
all
of
of the
chances
players
for
on
Mars.
all of the players on PentaAce can play all of those heroes. So I mean, it's a very fluid lineup. But and I'm looking at this lineup and I'm just thinking, is it a deny pick? Are they trying to take it away from
Radiant
Monster?
team pick.
What are the benefits they're outweighing here? Yeah, and then they just get to pick Void Spirit. So this is interesting.
I mean, this is the nice setup here for 5 man. Like, I know we're looking at Penta Ace's total draft they have right now and being like, where is this
10
going?
seconds remaining.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. But we've got the Void Spirit now picked
5
up. Like,
seconds
this is one of the
remaining.
better heroes against the Tide Hunter and against the Mars. It just latches them in so long as they end up getting the Remnant Jump. We've saw it. We've seen it do amazing work in game number 1 on Brile and game number 2 actually because they let it go for both games. Uh, but I mean now it's just I am still completely lost and distracted on where is this going for Penta Ace as well. Like you got two
Yeah,
offlaners, three technically. Marana used to be an offlaner a
Radiant
long
team
time
ban.
ago.
Monkey King.
All right,
Dire
well now
team ban.
you got your hardcore hero here, and you insta ban the Matt Rider. I mean, you're looking at your three heroes. You got three melee damage boys.
and yet another monster hero taken out of of the game. But I feel like it's got to be. At first, I was like, it's got to be snaking
10 seconds
Mars,
remaining.
but it's got to be snaking Tidehunter, Z Freak, Mirana.
5
I just
seconds
can't
remaining.
imagine, aside from the idea that they really didn't want Monster to have it, why they would kind of do this to themselves. Because unless what it would be moves the 5 on this team, Moo playing the Tidehunter 5, I don't really know what that really does for him, considering you haven't seen their offlaner yet. I don't think you can confidently kind of put that hero as the 5, unless they know something I don't. But That could also be the case, I suppose.
I mean, these teams like to draft weird and funny things. You never know. It could be the scenario where maybe PentaAce have some
Radiant team
crazy
battle.
position 5. I mean, PentaAce is not the OG of NA, right? I think who is the OG of NA? Who is the OG
Well, I
of
mean,
NA?
Sad Boys, EG,
Right.
Zoomers.
Probably
Those are like the
EG and
core,
Sad Boys.
or Quincy Crew. You know, those are the guys that
10
qualified.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
Dire
But
team
They're the
battle.
meta setters.
I don't think they were picking 5 tied. So
No. I mean,
and I mean, it could be a 2 tied, right? But at that point, why are you? I don't understand why you would last pick your 5 unless you were trying to get some. You couldn't pick Enigma in this game though. I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together,
10
and I'm not getting
seconds
4.
remaining.
let's see.
5
Storm Spirit,
seconds.
no.
Radiant team pick.
Because in their
They
previous games
banned-
as well, it's all been snaking on the Tide Hunter.
Ban Arc. Arc actually makes sense. There's very low tower push right now.
When at the same time, PentaAce think that it's going to be Monster Void Spirit, they're taking out more of Liza's heroes.
10 seconds
So
remaining.
both teams have a different ideas, I think, of than what we have right now
5 seconds
for what's happening.
remaining.
Yeah, I'm still just terribly lost. This could be a game where we see Agshard Tide. Like, that's how I feel this game is going draft-wise right off the get-go here.
And Agshard is quite good. Seeing
mean-
a tower hit for 30 damage is quite sad.
Yeah, that's it is quite a demoralizing thing for sure. But I mean,
now,
we got 8 seconds left until we can finally figure out what PentaAce's draft is here.
Dire team pick.
Invoker. It is a 4 melee core lineup for PentaAce, and I'm still lost as to what's going on here.
Well, and I mean, they still, I don't know.
10
Because
seconds
at first I
remaining.
thought, I don't even know what I'm thinking anymore because they
What
just
if-
banned 5 of
5
Monster's
seconds.
heroes.
What if 5 Mirana? It is a 4 life stealer. Life stealer only exists to press R on a hero.
Or thing is, I was going through my mind because I know there's the I think Quincy Crew plays offlane Monkey King, but we've got too many offlaners. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I'm sure 5ManMidas are just as confused as we are, or maybe more or less like less confused at the end of the day, but it's just you're looking at this draft and you're like, who is where and where is who, and
I know
why?
that Fear is playing Lifestealer no matter what.
Right.
That is all I know.
Yeah, I've been seeing Fear run a couple Life Stealer games off screen on his stream actually. So I
Rioya
won't be
Monkey
surprised
King
about
as well.
that.
It's really just is this the thing that makes the most sense for me is this a 5 Mars or a 5 Tide, and then it'll fall in line from there. But they picked
Now
Darkseer
time
for Monster.
heroes.
I actually like
Okay.
this offlane. I was not a big fan of it coming into like previous patches because I wasn't really a fan of like just Darkseer in general.
Mhm.
Looks like Moo is going to be on the Mars, so that's what you're getting. But it's been like a 50-50 when I look at the Darkseer. I've always been like, well, Darkseer is like fun and all, but like he's spell reliant. The Aghanim Scepter is really good for him now. And that's just kind of what the Darkseer's picked up for. Like illusion-based team fights and just clicking them down. But it could get countered in the lane. If it's against the lane where the Tidehunter is, it's going to be hard to deal with. If you're against the lane where the Mars is, that like the creep is just going to die instantly. It contests the melees.
It does contest the melee heroes, and it lets you run away, right? That's the big draw of the hero. It lets you kite out the monkey. It lets you get away from the life stealer. Vacuum cuts trees. It makes it a little bit scary for the monkey. If the wall is in the monkey ring, you don't really want to be in the ring. You can't really cross the wall ever in good faith. But it's a wacky draft. I mean, they've got a 5 Mars laning versus that Darkseer, so I can't imagine he's going to be under too much pressure this game.
Full gemmed witch doctor. That's how you tell you're practicing the meta.
Steal
Well, with that
Borko
being
himself.
said, I mean, we're into this game. We've got the monkey that's going to run for the mid.
battle.
And I'm excited to watch this game. Looks like it actually... Oh, I doubt Snaking staying up here for a tri lane. Or not Snaking. Sorry, I'm so used to Moo being the offlaner.
Yeah, it's kind of strange seeing him playing the 5 for this team, but that's what they decided on. And I mean, I don't think it's the worst situation if they can get a 1v1 where Fear is just endlessly farming versus the Darkseer. The only problem with that is, are they doing the thing? Oh.
What's the thing?
They're 5-man checking for the mid laner's ward, so they don't get stunned and die. So they know exactly where it is.
Yeah, Doc actually pings it immediately, but back over
But
here near
meanwhile,
the outpost, arrow goes through and lies. Will go down. Sad boys take... Sad boys. I see sad boys, and that's my first thought. PentaAce will take the first blood. They might be able to get the jump on Borko here. Arrow up in 3,
He
though.
needs to be a little bit careful, but... So, really unfortunate. Maybe he was as enamored with the mid laner's ward as we were. But... I don't know. I feel like you're going to probably rotate the Mars, I guess, back down to bottom after you're done. Probably just TP. Maybe try to snipe a courier, but... Yeah, Fear's just chilling down here. He's laning versus Darkseer Nyx.
Ikester is going to at least get the counter confirm on that rune. It's actually going to be a 2-2 still even. They got the top. They got the first blood. I mean, it's it'll be an interesting game for sure. I'm excited to see how it unfolds, and I'm excited to see a lot of Blink Dagger team fights. Like, your Tides... Actually, if this is core Tide, do you go Blink Dagger?
I think later on, maybe second or third item. You just have other stuff to get. You could get the Greaves, you could get the Orb of Corrosion, as we see monkeys get so many times. This here is quite the blank slate. Everybody kind of has their own ideals or ideas on it.
Well, I mean, with the lanes already going as they are, Monster's actually losing quite a bit of HP just to right-clicks alone from Moo. Like, this is a very strong early Mars. He's got Rebuke in another second
It's the Ghoul
here.
Frenzy.
He gets it. That's a kill.
Ghoul Frenzy, one of the best spells in all of Dota. It's just as slow.
Oh, yeah, I forgot they technically changed this. It's been so
It's,
long since I've
It
seen
has
a
been
life
quite a
stealer.
while. Yeah, it is. It's kind of a
Significantly
card not a lot of
slow
teams play.
the enemies. This brings me back to like when Venomancer was everybody was spamming him because his degen was the same at all levels.
Well, and Ikester was able to pull the creep waves behind, or pull a creep wave behind the tower, so Monster will be a little bit happy. Probably a little bit sad about that death, but once he gets bottle, he'll be pretty fine, and then supports are going to leave him alone. But I don't know, all the other lanes are pretty quiet. Everybody wants farm in this game, or in these lanes.
Well, I mean, it's a very farm-based draft, I'd say, for both teams. Like, Darkseer, I feel, has always been like on the fence when it comes to his farm, because it's either you have a very farmed Darkseer and you've got your mechanism at 10 minutes and you're working on your guard greaves at like 13. You've already got your arcane boots and you've already got everything else, so...
Well, and I wonder
mean,
what monster is going to go, because I remember the hero getting slightly revived whenever the Ags was changed to be the increased Ion Shell damage and getting health on the Ion Shell, but I really haven't seen a Darkseer play till the end of the game, though. But top.
Sorry, I was looking at bot. There was a bit of a trouble going on there. Yeah, Snaking actually might be going down to the Maledict ticked here. No, he's actually fine.
Barely.
He'll be at 13 HP. Yeah.
The Tango
Very
regen.
close.
The bottom, monster.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at beforehand. We just see this aggression coming out again from this early damage.
Same time, Ryoya.
Oh my goodness. Why everything is happening? P1 is in trouble here. Ryoya is going to try to get the dive. He goes and actually solves himself. I thought that was a salve for the Void Spirit here. But, I mean, 3 heroes very low on the side of 5ManMidas all across the map. It gives you a good element of how the game's going kind of already. It's not out of control, obviously, because, you know, you've got the Tide, you got everything else. Borko, though, in a very bad situation. However, Snaking taking a lot of damage. I believe this No.
Bottom as well.
Nowhere close. Back to bottom.
Two ion shells.
You see Monster. The ion shell's doing a lot of
Fear.
damage here. They bring in Fear. Ikester is going to go down, but they will trade
Moo.
Fear Moo. He wants
he
some.
messed
He's got
up.
no mana. He's got no HP. He's burning away to the ion shell. He's got 40 HP. He needs to run away. All right, he's good.
Moo accidentally A-clicked a creep instead. He was trusting the A-click to bring him to the right spot and let Monster get a bottle charge off, but I don't know. It's still a pretty sad bot lane, I think, for Monster and Ikester. It's definitely not going the way they imagined it would be, especially with the 5 Mars in the works.
I mean, I can't get over how effective 5 Mars already is, but it has to be because of the helpfulness of the Lifestealer's passive. Well, first passive.
One at the
Like,
same
this
time,
is
Relay
actually an
has
insane spell. Bonus attack speed. Seriously. Moo, though, unable to escape his fate. Never mind. See, that's what I miss. See,
That is a good voice
that is
line.
what I miss.
When right now the biggest problem they have is I don't think he was able to get the rune on Void Spirit, but Relay is just 26 and 13. He's given this Void Spirit a really rough lane. He's just been farming the small camp because there's not much else he can do.
Yeah, he is tearing into P1 here, and it's even the small camp. Like there's no gold. Like P1 is sitting at 4.5 for his levels, and we're looking at Ryoya. He's 6 to about a 4th in the bounding runes. Well, they're still being 2-2 even pickup, bottled up everything as well though. Back up in top, snaking. Might be in trouble here, actually. He's hit with the Maledict, but with
Looks like
big
he'll walk it
beefy
off.
boy, he's not exactly afraid of anything here. He'll just burn away slowly.
Maybe
and
that's
not
the
painfully.
reason they really wanted it. I mean, it's not a bad lane necessarily for Lies, but Tidehunter is just always able to get what he wants. If he hits you with the Anchor Smash, even better. He's going to kill your skeletons. He's going to get an actual lane, which is something we didn't see last game with Tingle King. But
Oh,
mid.
mid.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just saw there's 3 heroes in the mid lining up for a kill here. Monkey King.
Has been killed.
Gonna be in trouble here as they did rotate Porco back in here.
Ikester.
Maledict is gonna do a lot. Now they have Ikester here as well. Impale is up. Only have 20 mana left over though, so they can't do any follow-up stuns there. They want to line up for the spear. Z-Freak is here as well. The arrow goes through. It does land. And they will spear the man to the tree, and he is one dead bug.
He has one more Jingu stack as well if he wants to go for Borko.
Oh, sidelines here.
They both see
P1
everything.
needs to be
P1.
careful. There's no bounce available. He doesn't have to jump away, and you already saw that he used Disassimilate. So Disassimilate, he's not getting out of this one. And PentaAce, I mean, they're on a roll already. It's 7-1. 5ManMidas
P1.
not in a great position very early here, and I felt like it's. I mean, you can see it, right? You can look at the CS. You're looking at your 46 and 10 Tidehunter in comparison to your offlane Seer, who is 25 and 2, who is also having to go back to the base because he does not have a soul ring yet.
And I mean, if one thing can be said about Lifestealer with the changes to his hero, I mean, he's got one spell in lane. He's just the ultimate sustaining hero.
Back
He
to
just
Wraith King. That's literally
put
what he
him-
is. He's literally Wraith King.
Yeah, you just put
When
him
Wraith
wherever.
King had one
Well,
spell,
P1.
press Q. Speaking of which, top lane, Ryoya. Well, he finds this Monkey King.
Oh, no.
He finds Borko. Borko just hits the floor while P1 gets picked off by Moo in the mid lane. 9
Moo and
and
Z-Freak
1 to
just
3K
working
network
together.
lead at 7 minutes. Scary
Problem is
game.
they're just going to be able to translate everything into these towers so soon. Like, Snake King is farming so fast at the top lane. He has an Arcane Ring, too. He's just having a great time. Well, Monster is just cut. He's not even able to farm the small camp because he knows Fear is just going to walk over and hit him. And, yeah, he just denied every single creep in the wave. Monster's just finding
God.
nothing.
Oh,
and
it
he's walking
hurts so bad. And now you see Moo coming in. They find the perfect skewer in Fear with slow. Actually, he doesn't have it right. I forgot that used to be what it used to be. But, you know, with the slow coming in from the right clicks, he's max in his secondary passive. The
Same
man
time,
is
Ryoya.
strong.
He's just farming his
Oh.
camp.
Ryoya. I thought he was playing a little cheeky there. He looks like he wanted to contest that light stack. Instead, helped him.
But I mean, the cores are just starting to ball out of control. Snaking is going for, I think, his Vanguard build that he likes to go, where he gets a Ring of Health and a Vitality booster, and then he disassembles it into a hood and a vessel. It's
Huh.
he's the only player I think I've seen do that.
That's like weirdly specific.
Yeah, he's the only guy I've seen do it.
Yeah,
Literally.
that is like super weirdly specific. Oh, I thought they were trying to bait this courier, but it's actually just Monkey King.
But now, I mean, I'm trying to think of the plays that they can make because with this Void Spirit, I mean, Void Spirit's a fantastic hero,
bot.
but with this kind of start,
I mean, this
I don't
might
even
be
think they
their
can kill him.
attempted play here. 5ManMidas, they want to group up,
Oh,
but
no.
the miscommunication. The disengage immediately. Fear even had the magic immune if he needed it, but clearly didn't.
Dire's top tower
Moose
is
stocking
under attack.
P1 here, but instead they're gonna find Lies. Did he spec his ult? He did. Lies not gonna go down, I think, to this
Moo
unless
might get
everybody else
punished.
comes in.
Oh,
And
boy.
well, that's everybody else. Gorko will go ahead and throw out the coconut here, but the
The
Ravage
Ravage,
is
he's
there.
here.
It does manage to land 2. P1 does disengage.
Really, it
it.
needs
Lies trying to
stacks.
heal up for the time being, actually. They might be able to find a return kill on this one as P1 is able to disengage. But Borko will be picked off immediately. P1's courier to get clipped on the backlines. Still able to get good kills and no crazy like 5-man wipe already with that Ravage. So not the worst scenario that could have happened.
no, but it's just having to play this reactively this early on. That was just to defend a Wraith King farming a large camp. It's it's still feeling like once these 10-minute carts spawn, they're really going to be able to put a lot of pressure on top, and then once the top tower falls, then this jungle is just going to be a field day for Fear or whoever wants to farm it. And that's one thing that PentaAce is really good at. All of their heroes can really farm and get a lot of space done.
Well, I thought Z-Freak was going to be in a little bit of trouble there, but Mirana having one of the few mobility abilities here. Ryoya with the haste rune coming
He's
in.
just running at people.
I mean, what do you? No one's gonna contest you doing it. Like, just look at him go. He's like, okay, well, there's one hero now. I gotta walk away.
And you see that, and you see 4 heroes turn, and that's the kind of game we're in, where every single hero needs to react to just the slightest poke. And Snaking's got your top tower. Snaking's probably top of the net worth. Yep.
Yeah, he is.
He's-
5.4k in 10 minutes, and with an 11-1 total all kill lead, he's actually going Desolator. That's how
And I
this
mean-
game is going right now.
And what can you do? I mean, he's gonna do so much damage. This isn't even a game where it feels like he's going to die. You can't break him anymore with the Nyx Assassin. Like, I remember talking about Maledict in the first game, but you're past that point. The lane just went too bad. The game just went too bad, it would appear, at this point. And while Monster is getting farm bottom, he's getting farm in levels, but I don't think you want to be putting your farm in levels into a Darkseer at this point. I don't know what he's going to do for you.
This Lifestealer is already level 10. The XP difference in this game as well. I just went over to it. It's 7.5k and climbing. Oh,
And they're
it's
trying
on
to
par
smoke.
with the net worth chart. Oh no.
And they're trying to smoke
Dire's
up,
middle
but
tower is under attack.
I mean,
they can't do
smoke,
anything.
But not everybody is even level 6 yet. Like, Borko still needs his Death Ward if he wants to really get a big team fight out, and he's not even close.
Dire's middle tower has
Nyx is
fallen.
the only one that could really make that sort of engagement team fight. You can't really fight
Moo.
with they
he
throw
got
up
two.
a beautiful arena unintentionally on 2, but the arrow goes through onto this Nyx. Like, they can't see the Nyx, they just know he's dying. Moo does fall, however, but they will get the kill on Eichster and possibly the follow-up kill on Monster, but no.
they just
Throws
ravaged
out the
him.
Ravage for a solo. They're just like, yeah, why not? You know, he is he was the most farmed in their team. But now being taken over with the spot of the Skeleton King there. Oh,
And this is
Snaking
kind
just
of the-
unamused by any of P1's attacks. And Z-Freak, I thought he was just trying to farm his illusion there.
And this is the issue. Wise is trying to play one step ahead. He's trying to push out these side lanes, but the problem is Monster is taking pretty much half of the farm. And in addition to that, to dodge some of these ganks, because he didn't have his ulti for the past 3 minutes, he's just got nothing. He's still working on. He's so far away from his relic.
Oh, P1. I was going to say he might be in trouble here. I thought the Mars was lining up for something, but it looks like the casket does get thrown out there, but with 0 bounces as there's 0 creeps.
He's just
No real
he's
good
just
counter
chilling.
up set up there. The pipe also negates a lot of this magic damage anyway. Snaking unamused.
He's literally farming a large camp. He's farming your mid wave while pulling it into the large camp to farm faster. And they can't do anything about it.
I'm trying to find more positive ways to approach this game as 5ManMidas, they They need a recovery. They need a good team fight. They need a Ravage to not really go anything like their way. But as soon as every Ravage has resulted in something, whether it was a defensive like disengage or an offensive insta-gib one hero in particular.
When at the same time, Fear's just been farming bottom. Like, I don't know what P1 expects to do versus this Lifestealer that has 5 levels on you. I don't know who the target is. Like, talk about targets a lot in Dota, of who we need to kill, who we need to, you know, to get space or get farm, and everybody can just kill creeps, and that just favors PentaAce so much. They've already gotten all of the, or almost all the T1s. They can kill this bot T1 pretty much whenever they want to.
You could see that 5ManMidas are lining up 3 heroes to the bot lane, and it was like you're saying, there's no real good targets. Fear is the closest target that's solo at the moment that they could see. But, like, you saw the light miscommunication that would have resulted in a kill on Fear earlier. It just... You gotta communicate. You gotta team. You gotta kill. But it's just, it feels like that's out of the ball game right now.
When with the way they've got their lane set up,
no.
I mean,
P1 used to assimilate aggressively, so that means they know they could re-engage on here. bo2. Ooh, Moo walks right over him, so he is not getting speared to the tree today. However, in the top lane, you do see that Monkey King right on top of Monster here. He does have the stun available, and he will go ahead and do that. Mask of Madness just tearing into him. Ryoya just going ham.
Incredibly patient from Ryoya. He was stalking Monster for a very long time, and there's just nothing you can do. Nothing he could do. And it's another smoke that they're using. I think this is their last one.
I mean,
they've got to get Ryoya.
This is really their last hurrah one, though. But they need Ryoya. They need the kill. They know he's solo. They just saw him use Ring. So
do they have the damage? He strength treads.
I mean, they just lost their mid tower. They have no real way to, like, respond if somebody isn't going to be attacked. For example, the Skeleton King, who might be in trouble here. Wraith King, though. Wraith King, Skeleton King, same difference.
And with Deso up on Snaking,
Ryoya. Oh, bo2 tried to quell that tree. That was the last one he had. Now he's actually baited it, so Ryoya could just re-engage. Aggressive vision.
He places a ward.
Down. I think he just quelled the tree he was on. bo2. He's got TP up in 3.
They didn't see him.
Oh my goodness, they didn't see him. That's crazy. This could result in a good team fight because there is no aggressive Radiant ward. I say that though.
He killed his own tree
as well as the follow-up stun that goes out onto Eichster. Yeah, he's just dead. No turnaround fight for them they really want to do there. P1 doesn't want to re-engage. It's a scary thing to team fight with 3v3 because the 3 heroes on PentaAce that's in the team fight are severely stronger in comparison.
Well, and now, I mean,
Tide?
He almost has his ability. They can't kill
bo2.
Tide. Oh, bo2.
Oh, my poor boy. Just removed from the game.
Every single hero is just so self-sufficient, and they made the play. They were going onto the Monkey King, but when you're able to play in all 3 lanes the way they're playing right now, then it makes it incredibly obvious where the enemy team's movements are. Nobody's dealing with Fear, nobody's dealing with Tide, because they literally can't. Of course Ryoya is going to back off after the wave. It just feels like there's no threat. There's no sneaky plays. There's nothing really good going for him right now. And once Snake King gets the Ag Shard, I think it's just going to be, they're just going to go down mid. He could already kill Roche incredibly quickly.
I thought he was actually going for, what is it, 20 minutes was the timer for this?
Yeah, 20 minutes for Ag Shard.
Okay. Yes, so this is, I mean, he's building up a lot of physical damage. You could see he almost insta-gives creep waves.
Oh.
He is going to get caught. But is he really going to get caught? He's just so unfazed by this. Lies comes in and just steals the creep from him.
He's upset.
Oh, that's funny. It feels like 5ManMidas know what's going on here, too. Anyway, Snake King does have enough mana for Ravage with the use of a wand.
And Fear's here.
In the backline's Fear.
Well,
will just remove bo2 from the game, and the stun up on the side of the tree line here lies. Not going to lie, he's not in a great spot. Arena does get thrown down, though, and they do actually put out some decent damage, but in comes the Ravage. It's a good 4-man, and Fear is just clicking away, uncontested completely. Lies will be able to escape, while Snake King does get hit with a Remnant. They will find the kill on Monster. Arrow goes through. It is going to whiff. Eichster hanging out on the tower here, and now they see him. They ping him out. They know everything. They see everything. Goodbye. He's just dead. Fear to claim a triple kill in the mid tower. 18 minutes in, 19-2, 17k net worth lead. Fear is leading the top.
And now
How are you
Vlad's
doing
completed
tonight,
on
ET?
Stay as well. You know,
There it is. All right. Well,
it
felt like
okay.
there wasn't really much they could have done for a comeback. Like, you and me were wondering what the heck was going on with this draft, and I feel like this draft might have just been PentaAce just doing what they wanted, you know?
Well, in Moo, I mean, I don't think they've ever played it before. I don't think they've ever run it 5 in the way they did it this time around. But I mean, it worked. Maybe it's just something. This is the tech that they did with PPD on Sad Boys. You know, maybe there's some strat stealing going on, but this was cooked up somewhere, and it just ruined their lane. I mean, usually you see Darkseer Nyx Assassins doing well in their lane, playing up on the 5, but they had nothing. They had no play, and as well as P1 just getting crush a little too hard by Rioya. I don't know if Eichster could have had a bigger effect mid, or if somebody could have rotated earlier, but it just felt like PentaAce just kept the snowball rolling down the hill, and there was nothing they could do about it.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you saw that we were thrown into the lobby here. It is a total of 2 games.